Bulletcast for life.
Doggy Charles. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. The microphone messiah. Yeah. It's the microphone messiah. And Mr. No Days Off. Microphone messiah.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone messiah, Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. We are here live and in living color via audio. You can't see us, you can't see us. Yeah, man, we're here to recap another week in the world of professional wrestling. Brandon, what's going on, man?
It's going. Another week. We're here. No show this weekend, which, is a rarity now in this day and age of professional wrestling. At least in terms of the national stage, there's always shows going on in your local areas, so go check those out.
Yeah, we got one coming up tomorrow, which we will talk about. Episode 457, man. What's going on?
I don't know. Life. Raiders still suck.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But we're here to talk about the wrestling, see everything that's going on. We got War Games and Blood and Guts coming up. I didn't really put two and two together that we're getting basically two War Games matches from both shows very close to each other.
Yeah. Normally it wasn't Blood and Guts like in the summer, right?
Usually it was in like July or June.
Yeah. So they are they counter programming?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was counter programming intentionally, but
it's not.
Now they moved All In up to the summertime, so you're not going to have two big shows back to back. So,
yeah, because it was like All In, and then All Out was the week after.
They changed that up. So here we are. Now we're getting two War Games matches or two War Game shows.
Yeah,
in the span of 2 weeks.
Yes, War Games proper, and then the match beyond,
or Blood and Guts.
Yeah. 10 years of Liv Morgan. It was her 10-year anniversary. We just talked about Asuka's 10-year anniversary last week, so 10 years of Liv. She is currently on the shelf, but when she comes back, I'm assuming a massive pop.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the dynamic between Dom and Roxanne. They're not playing it up too much. They did have a little bit of a talk on Raw on the couch, but nothing like in terms of sexual chemistry between the two.
Whoa.
Sorry, sexual tension.
Whoa. Sexual chocolate?
What? But so you would assume they might play that up a little bit more once Liv gets closer, and then Liv can kind of, get her daddy Dom back. But I mean, Liv, 10 years. It is kind of surprising that she's been in the company that long.
Yeah, man. I think I remember her because the network was a thing back then, and that's how you were watching NXT. And she kind of popped up, almost kind of like looked like Carmella. Carmella was doing like the snapbacks and all that, and the sneakers. That's kind of what Liv was doing when she first popped on the scene. But to see that to what she eventually got to before she got injured, I mean, hell yeah, man. Liv Morgan, she's really become a standard bearer of the division, man. I'll say it. Great work. Her and Dom, I think they were just scratching the surface. Like they didn't even hit what they truly could have done. I really got McMahon Helmsley regime era stuff from them.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think she kind of hit her stride or kind of found her footing with her character these last few years. And then in ring wise, I think she's gotten better. She's never, like we talk about Asuka, she's never going to be on that Asuka level, but for a woman's wrestler who never was doing anything on the indie scene before, this is 10 years to Liv. This is literally her 10 years of just wrestling. Like Asuka was in the company, but she was wrestling many years before that.
Yeah, I mean, Liv Morgan is a product of the WWE Performance Center. I mean, if you really look at that Performance Center, Liv, Charlotte, and Bianca all learned how to wrestle in the WWE Performance Center.
And just like Triple H said on the Unreal documentary, for whatever reason, the women pick it up faster or better than the men do. So they've definitely had a good track record of building women stars, now men stars, still need to be seen in terms of like Braun Breaker is kind of their crown jewel right now. We'll have to see how he pans out in the next couple years. But yeah, the women
Yeah. No,
have been killing it.
he learned how to wrestle in the. I mean, if that, I mean, let's look at the guys that actually learned how to wrestle there. Like what Roman learned how to wrestle in their system. It was FCW at the time. Big E, because I don't think he was doing anything on the Indies. I mean, that's two guys that went on to become world champion, and we know what Roman Reigns went on to become. Uh, yeah, I think that'd be a nice separate podcast for us to really sit down and look at who learned how to wrestle in the WWE system, who did not work on the Indies or elsewhere, and see like where they are now and how big of a star they become. I think that'd be a nice separate podcast.
I mean, now there's an extra company. The indies are still thriving, but there's not like
Yes.
that top level indie like there used to be 10 years ago. So I think it is much harder to kind of develop, not develop talent, but kind of like pluck talent off the streets and kind of put them in a
Yeah,
ready-made
'cause
situation.
I mean, we remember, bro. Like NXT basically became it was the indie on TV. They had every indie star you could imagine was on that show at one point in time.
And now you look and, outside of like Jordan Grace, Ethan Page, and Ricky Starks, a lot of them are just going to be, or sorry, Ricky Saints are going to be just, a lot of people that they've developed themselves.
Yeah. Um, let's talk about Ridge Holland and his contract, man. I have to step away for a quick second, but give them the rundown on that, and I will be right back.
So yeah, as we talked about a couple weeks ago, Ridge Holland was a part of those WWE releases, but he wasn't like a technical release. His contract just was not ending, or his contract was not being renewed, and it was supposed to come due, I think within like a week or two of right now, so like middle of November. And he took to Twitter and he kind of voiced his frustration over the whole situation because he was on the main roster, he had a main roster contract. He took a pay cut to go to NXT, and then he ends up getting hurt on a different show on a TNA taping. And, they did the right thing in terms of like paying for his medical situation, his rehab, but he did kind of bring, well, not bring to light because people were talking about this beforehand that his finances are not in the best of shape, and he feels as though WWE kind of left him hanging out to dry, especially like not paying him for like working on other shows because he has a WWE contract, but he was told he had to wrestle for non-WWE shows and he wasn't getting paid anything extra on top of that. And the TKO WWE did not like those comments he made, and so they deemed that breach of contract. So they ended up terminating his contract early. So now he is a free agent. He's gone. He's booked for some sort of meet and greet. I think it's in New York or something. I don't know, but he's booked meet and greets and stuff like that. He can't wrestle. I mean, he's still very much injured. He's going to be out for I think for like 6 to 7 more months, and he has a GoFundMe. And so if you want to donate, you can look that up on his Twitter. And people are donating, helping him out. But it's an unfortunate situation. A
All
guy gets
right,
hurt.
I'm back. So give me the skinny.
So I mean, basically, Rich Holland complained about getting hurt on another company's dime, and the WWE terminated his contract, and he has a GoFundMe now. That's the skinny part. But yeah, so I
Dang.
mean, it's a bad situation all the way around.
Well, they're paying
Um,
for his recovery, right?
I mean, they are, but he took a pay cut to go down to NXT, and then he doesn't get paid. Like these wrestlers are wrestling for other companies for WWE, but yet not getting paid technically for those shows. And then he gets hurt, and it's like, all right, well,
Well,
sorry about it.
where did he get hurt at?
He got hurt at a TNA taping. I forget exactly who he was. Was he wrestling? He wasn't wrestling Trick. He was wrestling a TNA person. I think might have been Santana. I don't know, but
Oh,
he got hurt.
it's just part of the deal.
He got hurt at a TNA taping, and it's a Liz Frank injury, so it's very serious. He's out for like half of next year, at least.
Damn.
And
What kind of injury is it?
it's a Liz Frank, so it's like a foot. It's like a foot injury. And if you guys, pay attention to the
Ah,
NFL, these turf toes, these foot injuries are no jokes.
yeah, man. Protect your feet and your toes, man.
Because
Oh
it's
God.
holding hundreds of pounds on top of
Yeah,
you.
no, I've I've seen I'm sorry, I'm seeing people online like, yeah, it's a dude that hurt Big E. Well, yeah, Karma's a so and so. I'm like, that's not cool, guys. Like that this this line of work, we they know what they're getting into. Yeah, you don't have to wish ill will on brother. Yeah, that's not cool at all. I hope it all works out, man. I really do. Ridge Holland, he has a good size, he has a good look. The Brutes were never tag champs, huh? No, I don't think so.
I do not believe so.
Yeah, no. Did they get all the mileage out of that they really could have? No, huh?
Not really. I mean, I think you can say that for any tag team because I don't think they've really gotten much out of most tag teams outside like the Usos and the New Day. So you can always just say could have done more, but you know,
That's another podcast we can do. Like, what tag teams could we got more out of, and what tag teams we get enough out of? Yes. Moving on from that, PWG. What?
well, it's not returning, but your boy Excalibur did an interview and he said, it's not gone. It could come back. So they definitely like left the door open. They have not ran a show. I had to check this beforehand since August of 2023. And PWG was the hotness back in the day. We just talked about how the indies were a crazy time 10 years ago, and PWG were like the center of that because they didn't have like a live stream deal. Everything was based off of DVD sales. So they were able to grab all these people from different companies because they weren't technically, competing with them. And Excalibur kind of talked about how that was kind of a positive for them because of the DVD sales and kind of being able to take all these people in. There was a rumor that the Young Bucks are going to try to buy PWG a couple years ago. They've been kind of on hiatus, and I mean, I would love for them to come back, but yeah, I mean, I think when they ran that show, I kind of wanted to see what their cards were like, and it was very AEW centric, which would to be expected because like a lot of the AEW people are going to be available for those types of shows and they have the history and stuff. But I mean, you know, you like I have some random PWG DVDs from 9 years ago, and it's like you look at the cards are just everyone on that card is like wrestling on the national scene today. There's Kenny Omega. I have the Bola one where Ricochet ended up winning. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly.
Which Bola was that? The Bola was
Well,
really
let's
one of
see.
those. Bola was really one of those big tournaments, y'all. Like it, we talk about King of the Ring and even like the G1 or the Best of the Super Juniors. Bola was one of
We're
those
back.
top tier tournaments.
So yeah, we got this is a 2014 one. I have all three, but I've just grabbed the two of them. Which one? Can I get the night two? Of course, I didn't grab the last one, but I mean AJ Styles was on this card. Drew Gulak, Kyle O'Reilly, uh, World's Cutest Tag Team. We don't need to talk about them.
Why not?
But half of them we don't need to talk about. Chucky T, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Rich Swann, Ricochet, Chris Sabin, Biff Busick, Drew Gulak, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Chris Hero, Matt Sydal, Adam Cole, Zack Sabre Jr., ACH, Kenny Omega, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and the Young Bucks. I mean,
Love to see it.
pretty much all those people. You know who they are.
You absolutely love to see it. Yeah, man. I'd love to see PWG back. They did great work. They were really starting the younger talent was starting to pop off on there before it got not shut down, but took a hiatus.
Yeah, COVID, I think, hurt them obviously, and then I think, there was like a health situation with someone. I think I forget. There was something kind of happened to where that's kind of why the company has kind of gone on hiatus for the last couple years, and we'll have to. And also the community center in Reseda shut down, so they had to move and they went to like some sort of theater venue, and like it looked cool, but that
Oh, the
Reseda,
Globe Theater, right?
the Reseda Hall is like one of the most iconic indie venues out there.
Bro,
Honestly,
Sofia
it's right up there
Vergara.
with the ECW arena, I'll say.
Sofia Vergara like went there and watched wrestling, bro. There's always that photo that always comes around.
I mean,
she's
Ronda
picked.
Rousey went there before she was in WWE.
Yeah, I think Topanga, Danielle Fisher, who got eliminated from Dance with the Stars, by the way, T's and P's.
Wow, spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, she was on there, or what was over there. Yeah, man, have you heard about, like, especially in the summertime, like it was in that building, it was hella hot. It was so hot that your beer got warm. It was, but people loved it.
People
Yeah,
just drinking beer by the pitcher.
yeah, man. PWG, like, it has an impact. Like at shows when there's like when there's no like room for merch tables, like how are we selling merch? PWG style on the ring, just good stuff, man.
That was one of those places that I really wish I was able to go, but I
Yeah,
just never
that
made
would
it.
have been awesome. Sam Robertson, yeah, he told a story. He flew from New York over to LA just to see that. That would have been some cool stuff, man. Osprey injury update.
Yeah, he tweeted out, or I don't know how he exactly put it out there, but he gave the people a little bit of an update, and he got people in a tizzy because he was like, "Oh yeah, everything's going good." Blah 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 blah. January 26th, and it was like, "Oh, he's gonna be back in January." That's like a John Cena Royal Rumble type recovery. But your boy Dave Meltzer kind of pumps the brakes on that and just said, like, "Yeah, no, it's not him returning to the ring in January. It's him kind of getting back to exercising in 26. So probably just, simple rehab and simple, being able to actually do stuff instead of just sitting on the couch and resting up to make sure he doesn't hurt his neck any further. So, all in 26 kind of seems like the perfect end date for or return date for Will Ospreay, but it seems as though everything health wise is going as planned. So, T's and P's to him. Also, Swerve Strickland posted a little sauna photo that got the internet up in a little tizzy. So he's resting up and recovering as well. So we'll see. I would assume Swerve comes back before Osprey.
What was his injury?
I think his was just like a kind of multitude of injuries. I think his was. I don't want to say it was a neck too, but
Okay, okay.
let's see. What does Google say? Oh, it's
What?
a knee injury.
Oh,
So a torn
yeah.
meniscus. Oh, okay, that's kind of coming back to me.
Oh, you had to be careful with the meniscus.
And he was gonna wrestle through it, but then Wardlow got hurt during his return, so that just kind of, for better or for worse, sped up the process and just had him go into surgery earlier, I think, than he expected.
Mm, mm. SmackDown. Ilya Dragunov defeated Nathan Frazier in the U.S. Open Challenge. Great work, man.
Yeah, I mean, another stellar match from Dragunov to be expected with Frazier in there. I think Frazier's, one of those guys. He's an undersized guy. He, good talker. Maybe could be something in WWE as a singles guy, but if they would like to ever build a tag team, Fraxium has two of the better wrestlers, on that roster. But yeah, it was nice to see that he got some singles shine here on SmackDown.
Yes, yes, yes. MFTs defeated the Motor City Machine Guns. And does Tama Tonga want the U.S. title? Is Tama Tonga a singles wrestler in WWE now? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, we got tag wrestlers wrestling for singles titles. And, I guess that's just what Dragunov is going to do. He's just going to defend his title against tag team guys.
Tama Tonga was a singles wrestler in New Japan. He was the never open weight champ, right?
Historic.
Yeah, come on now, stop playing with me. Inside the ring, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page win the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championships.
Congrats to them.
Didn't Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti win these two?
I believe so. So
These AAA titles have a crazy lineage, bro. I'm telling you.
From their AEW connection to their NXT WWE connection. Shout out Chelsea and Ethan. They've been doing some good stuff over there. Good pairing on NXT. I would love for Ethan Page to get called up because I think he's one of those ready-made guys that could make an impact. Whether he's on Raw or SmackDown, if you want to keep them together, that'd be fine. Also, shout out Chelsea Green, her little promo after the NXT. People loved because she said, "quote I've never been creamed like this before."
What does that mean?
Well, she had like the pies and ice cream and cake can never go untouched in a wrestling segment. So
yes. Joe Hendry and Thea Hale are pairing. Hale, yeah.
Joe Hendry. Remember he was the hotness a couple years ago.
I believe in Joe Hendry. You remember that guy? Yeah.
I do.
Um,
He wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania this year.
he did. As the TNA World Champion, nonetheless. The AEW National Championship. I saw what it looks like. That is what the original United States Championship looked like, guys. And doesn't what you call it? Does he NWA still have the national title?
Yeah, there is an actual NWA national champion,
It's the exact same.
and was it Mikey from the Spirit Squad is actually the champion right now,
Is he really?
and he
I remember when I think what Colt Cabana had it. I remember that. And
yeah,
yeah,
he took to Twitter and Mike Mondo on the indie scene or on NWA. He basically said like, yeah, you guys are making this fake championship, but the real NWA national champion, the lineage is still me. So yeah, more titles for AEW.
that's a total of 11, not including or what is it like 7 men's championships? A total of 11 altogether, not including the Ring of Honor titles. Like, what are we doing, guys?
I mean, it was a fun time when they combined the international and the unify or whatever. I can't even keep up with these titles. And like the international champion, if you remember when they first introduced it, was basically what the national champion was because Pac won it for the first time and he like defended it at Rev Pro and whatever. Like he was defending that other companies, other promotions. And Tony said like Tony Khan, because Tony Schiavone and Tony Khan are both in this promo, that this championship is going to be defended across the nation, across different promotions. And I'm like, what makes that difference than AEW titles or ROH titles? Because we see ROH titles get defended on AEW all the time. We see titles get defended at CMLL all the time. It's like
It's too many, bro. You got
I
New
don't
Japan
know.
titles on there. You got CMLL titles on there. You got all them indie company titles that Mercedes has. Like, brother, what are we doing? And don't get me wrong, WWE they have too many titles too. They have too many too. Okay, don't get me, but come on, my guy. Like, what are
At
we
least
doing?
they have like it's sectioned between Raw and SmackDown. You can see
Sure.
you know the difference because there's the top and secondary championships and then the tag team championships and
Yeah,
the
no,
women's
sure,
titles,
yes, but
women's championships, tag champ, they flip between the two.
like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have no idea.
We need look. This is what we do. This is what we do. You have the AEW Championship, the World Title. You have the Women's World Title. All right, cool. You have the TNT and TBS. All right, the trios and the tag. Okay, cool. That's 6 championships. That's enough right there, bro. That's enough in and of itself. Okay. The Continental and all that other stuff, and the Atlantic and all whatever, and the National. We don't need any more of that. I'm done with it. We don't need that. 6. That's your sweet spot. Stick to it, man. You keep making all these titles. None of the ones you currently have they won't mean anything.
I mean, it seems though it's the thing Tony likes. He likes the titles. He gives them gimmicks. He gives them like reasons why they're being made, but then they just all get lost in the shuffle. They all get lost. Like what is the difference between the TBS and TNT title compared to like the world title? Like they're not
They're
strictly
network championships.
yeah, but they're not strictly defended on TV. They're wrestling on pay-per-views all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of can't get out of that. I mean, the WCW TV title was defended on television and on pay-per-views.
I mean, I don't like they did the women's tag titles, which I don't have
Oh, I forgot about those. Jesus
which I don't
Christ.
have an issue with because at least that is a separate division that is creating something new compared to just another men's singles title
I forgot all
when
about those,
you
dude.
have so many. But yeah, Raw happened.
Yeah, like, what are we? I just what was his reasoning for this championship again?
Honestly, I don't even know.
What to see a title defended across the nation, brother? There's the United States title. Just leave it alone, bro. I don't know what we're doing. It's too many championships. A lot of these companies have too many damn titles. We need to cut it out. Need to cut it out. No, Sol Ruka relinquished the speed title. I don't think it should ever come back. It's cool. It's done. Finito. We can move on to something else now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they do stuff on NXT, but they're not even like speed championship. They're not even like speed type matches. They're just like regular matches that just happen to end in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a speed match, I
No, but
guess.
I'm saying like you could tell the story of like just a frantic, all over the place pace.
Like a
But
beat the clock challenge. You remember those?
yeah, or like I think is it Stardom? There's a women's promotion that has something similar to that, and they just go balls to the wall. They just throw finishers and just fly all over the place for however long the time limit is, and that's the style. In speed, at least for the NXT version, and I guess the main roster WWE version when they had it too. It wasn't like anything different. They were just short matches, which we get short matches all the time.
Yeah. All right. Raw happens. CM Punk takes a victory lap as the new world heavyweight champion. He swings the title like Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, he thanks the people, he thanks his wife, and he mentions guys he wants to face. Throws out Dominic Mysterio, AJ Styles. He says he has a couple dates left, but big match John. If you want to throw down one more time, if you want some, come get some. What are your thoughts on Punk's promo before the Vision
I
comes
mean,
out?
it was kind of just a State of the Union address. It was fine. I mean, there was really nothing for him to like go after. Like, really, I mean, just kind of him celebrating his win and just kind of like throwing out some little jabs here and there and just kind of like setting some seeds. Maybe he will wrestle Cena. Maybe, eventually, clearly, Seth will come back and they'll wrestle again. So it was like a time filler type match and type promo in terms of like him just like saying a lot of different things, but I thought it was effective for what it was.
What are your thoughts on the Vision coming out there in their part?
I mean, that would to be expected. Also, Logan Paul coming out and interrupting. I mean, people were joking about it on Twitter in the morning of like, this is exactly how the promo is going to be.
Oh
And
yeah, Logan Paul did show. I'm sorry, yeah, Logan Paul showed up. Uh,
that's exactly what happened. He lists everyone and then he just didn't list Logan Paul and then Logan Paul comes out because he's just like the perfect. You have nothing creative has nothing for you. We'll just pair you up with Logan Paul. He'll get heat.
Logan Paul comes out there and says you didn't mention me. Let's go. The Vision comes out there. Braun Breaker says, the talentless YouTuber or something to that effect. He eats one, and then you get to later on, it's Jay Uso and CM Punk versus the Vision. What you call it? And the Vision's just taking down Punk and Jay, and Logan Paul slides in there. Looks like he's ready to help. Yeah, because Logan Paul got he ate a tsunami earlier in the night. Yeah. And then he just smacks Punk with those brass knuckles, hands him over to Paul Heyman. So we're setting up war games.
Yeah, I mean, they're clearly setting up some sort of war games. The whole Logan ending I thought was kind of dumb. I mean, like they told a kind of cohesive story of like Logan getting attacked, so maybe he's gonna turn. But I mean, no one expected Logan Paul to turn, maybe not babyface, but side with Punk. Like we saw him come hitting Punk from a mile away, and then it also just kind of makes Punk look dumb because I think a lot of fans saw it coming, and then if your babyface champion doesn't see it coming, then he kind of looks like a doofus.
Punk will find a way to correct it. He'll find a way to make it make sense. That's what he does.
Yeah. So I mean, was it going to be Punk and Jay, Jimmy, and Roman against? But then that's 4-on-3, maybe. So you need somebody else for the division. I don't know who they beefing with. Maybe LA Knight turns the dark side. I doubt that will happen.
Maybe they I don't know. Do they get a certain beast?
Maybe. But Roman, Punk, and Brock Lesnar like going to poker tables together. They're best friends.
Bro, did you really? That may have been an AI Brock Lesnar, bro. Like I don't know. Brock did not look like. I don't know. I don't know.
As long as he got paid, that's all Brock cares about. AI, Brock Lesnar, I would not be shocked becomes the first like AI generated wrestler because if you give him enough money, he does not care. If he gets money and he can still say it is Saskatchewan Ranch, he is perfectly fine with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Judgment Day defeated Vaquer and Nikki Bella.
Shout out Roxy getting 2 wins in 2 weeks. Look at that. Who could have seen that coming? Um, I mean, we talked about it on the Saturday Night's Main Event with the dark match. Like Raquel, you thought they were maybe doing something with the
Dude, I
against her
saw
and Stephanie. Maybe they've cooled down on that. At least maybe
yeah,
kick the can down the road.
I kicked the can. I saw somebody on Twitter was like, "You." They say you can look, but you can't touch. But damn, you can look and you can't win. I said, "Oh, that's messed up." Nikki Bella didn't deserve that.
Yeah, and I think they are clearly like setting a Nikki Bella heel turn because they're very much kind of playing up the chemistry and like the friendship between her and Vicaire. And Bella continues to lose, so she's frustrated, and Vicaire's trying to help her out, and she seemed okay with it, and maybe she'll lose again, and then they'll kind of set her over the edge, and then she'll attack Vicaire. Maybe that's a Survivor Series match, or maybe they wait a little bit longer. Um,
Possibly, yeah.
so yeah.
Oh man. Ray and Dominic Mysterio's promo. Dominic, said he's the greatest luchador of all time. What you call it? Ray comes out there, says, what do you say? El Santo, Blue Demon, Eddie Guerrero. Dominic says, "Don't you dare put your my father's name in your mouth." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then Dominic eats a 619, doesn't get splashed. So man, we going to San Diego, Ray versus Dom. What IC AAA titles on the line, huh?
Possibly. I mean, there's speculation that maybe Dom and John Cena will wrestle for the IC title at I don't know what you call that Survivor Series because
I hate
that's
to
the
break
one.
people's bubble. Cena and Dom already wrestled one time. It's on the WWE YouTube. You can go check it out.
But it's the one title John Cena hasn't won. He has to get it before he leaves.
I mean,
I don't
hey,
care either.
hey man,
But
hey man,
I mean, John Cena's going to be on Raw next week. I mean, kind of like
he
the Logan
is
Paul thing. Dom is the perfect person that you can just kind of throw in there and can get heat, and they can do like a segment if outside of after John Cena kind of
a segment that leads to a match. Yeah,
after John Cena kind of sucks himself off and talks about how great Boston is and blah blah blah, and then Dom interrupts the party. So, but the segment stuff I thought was good. Nice to see Ray finally back and healthy after his thing that happened before Mania. It's a very simple story, but it always gets heat between Dom and Ray, and um, I think when they finally reconvene and like get together in maybe like 2 years, 3 years, hopefully Ray's still wrestling at that point. It's gonna be a big deal.
and at 50, my guys, you saw how crisp that head scissors was. I'm like, okay, okay. Speaking of big match, John, some tournament matches were announced. We're gonna do Shinsuke versus Sheamus and what Rusev versus Damian Priest.
Kind of disappointing first matches, but I think they're kind of holding their.
Why? A couple former world champions in there.
Yeah, but I mean, no one suspects any of those people to win the whole thing, and
Sheamus has history
that doesn't really get the people going.
bro. Do you not remember the tank at WrestleMania? You were there.
I was there.
The guy that rode in the tank is going to be in the tournament, the first round. The guy that put John Cena through a table to win his first world title is in this tournament. Come on, man.
I mean, there's history. Like they can go back and be like, "Oh yeah, we had that match that one time." I don't know what Damian Priest is doing there, but
It's the guys he never faced before. That's what Damian Priest is in there for.
I mean, I just don't think there's like a perfect opponent for Cena at this point.
There is, bro. There is, but we can't have him.
But yeah, and like with the tournament itself, you're not gonna have like Edge or Jeff Hardy or whoever the surprise nostalgia act would
Jeff
be
Hardy.
if you're gonna have them like win 2 or 3 times before the actual match. Like if they said like, oh, mystery opponent for Cena, bam, Cena gets to pick his opponent, and then it's whoever. Like I think that make more speculation, but then people might get more disappointed. But at least this one you have everyone involved. You know what's going on ahead of time because at this point, I just think like an NXT person probably is the best. Like Ethan Page, I think is a perfect opponent. He can get the rub from Cena. He can lose. Ricky Saints, he's a babyface right now, but I think he's like at the end of the day maybe better suited as a
All but
heel.
Femi retires John Cena. No, there's only one. There's only one guy, man. There's only one guy that for the job, and it's Gunther.
But I also think I think Cena wins his last match. I think but it's
Cena's he he's always talked about doing it right for the business. The guys go out on their back, man. Like I look at it like this. I heard Sam Roberts talk about this, and it makes perfect sense. Who is the only man in history that can say they won a world championship, retired Goldberg and John Cena in the same calendar year? That'd be Gunther.
There you go.
That'd
I
be
mean,
good.
Gunther,
It just
and
makes
then
sense.
like,
I mean, it just makes sense. Like this is how you reestablish Gunther. He comes in, he just decimates everybody in the tournament, and he has a damn near 20-minute classic with John Cena, but in the end, John Cena fades to the sleeper, and that's it. Gunther gets the rub. He goes, walks off. Cena can cut the promo, the farewell, and then we're off.
I mean, when's they're gonna announce the full tournament? I don't know. I mean,
Uh,
we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Gunther was a part of the video package, so it seems like he will be in it.
yeah, of
And he's
course.
like the perfect person to like just run through everyone on his way to John Cena
And
to
then
kind of
he
rebuild himself.
and then what? You'd have 2 weeks to promote the match, and he can do that on his own.
So, we'll just have to wait and see on that front what's going down. We had a tag title match.
We did. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles retained against Judgment Day. Good stuff from these guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think AJ Lee is a kind of transitional champion to get to the Bronze eventually. But in the meantime, they're having solid matches with the Judgment Day, and it is what it is. Then we had a Becky promo where she kind of did the whole
The
take the
man
show
comes
over,
around.
and she was on top of the announce table and just kind of cut a promo. I very much enjoyed this promo from Becky Lynch. I thought it was just very straightforward. She seemed like she was pissed off, but she also kind of came off unlikable. Shout out the Breaking Bad reference, talking about Albuquerque's the only reason they're famous is because of a show talking about how much meth they do. I thought that was a great line. Uh, yeah, I mean, they're not having the match right now between her and Maxine Dupree, but they are definitely building something up between those two. I don't know if that means Dupree ends up beating her, but because I mean, you know, Becky's made and she can lose to her, but I don't know if Maxine is ready for all that. But they're telling a very cohesive, simple story, and I think it'll get a massive pop if she ever wins.
Yeah, it would, bro. It would. I think we get her just to the brink, and then she loses, and that's maybe she can go because like her character is that she's learning kind of like on the job, and like she's a person in training, and like as she progresses, that she gets better. But like, oh, look, the training's paying off. The training's paying off. But what if the
People
training
forget she's LA Knight's sister or cousin. Was it sister?
who?
Maxine Dupree.
But his name is L.A. Knight.
Wasn't LA Knight to begin with. Oh, we don't talk about that. I forgot.
Oh, you mean Max Dupree? That was a different guy.
Oh, that was a different guy.
That was a different guy.
He went back to LA for his modeling firm.
No, I mean New York Fashion Week, and then he just never came back.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, what if the training paid off so well that she beat Becky Lynch for the women's IC title? That'd be some ish. I'd be down. I think that Becky needs to retain it. That we need to get Indie Natty in here. We need to get the Dungeon Natty in here to win that thing, man. I mean, her family, a couple of the greatest IC champs of all time, Brett and Owen. Let's carry the lineage.
I mean, I would love for one more serious run from Natty, but
And that could be it. Just no, man, just none of the funny business. Let's do it. Natty was on Chris Van Vliet. She gave a real in-depth interview. I need to go check it out. I've seen some clips. But yeah, her book, The Last Heart Beating, is it's making its rounds, man.
I mean, she has a interesting story to tell. As kind of the last woman from the Heart Dungeon. For kind of first, was she first or last? Well, if you went first, you're last. But
First, yeah.
she has she, without being like so morbid, she's been one of the few hearts that doesn't have like any massive issues, and she's been able to kind
Yeah,
of skirt through
she
all that.
she was on Sam Roberts' show last week, kind of talking about that, like like the Hearts had gripes with the company, and that's one of the reasons kind of not getting held back, but family kind of like, I don't know, do you really want to do this? But it's go check out all the media rounds she's been doing, and then obviously go check out the book, man. AEW, Willow and Cameron.
We got the tag title
Wait,
tournament
wait,
on
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
line.
wait. Oh,
Uh,
Harley Cameron.
yeah, Harley Cameron.
Okay, I was about to say.
Not Cameron from the Funkadactyls.
Hey, Willow, she was at the West Coast Pro, wrestled Maya World. Great damn time. Go check that out. But yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah, we kicked off the women's tag. Well, not kicked off, but we had a women's tag title match or title tournament, and Athena and Monet, the dream team, two champions, ended up losing in the first round to Willow and Harley Cameron. A little bit of a shock. You thought maybe they were going to build and maybe get them to the finals, but no, they were just kind of a thrown together tag team for them. For then Athena, the underrated Athena, to then lose to Harley Cameron. So I don't know what the whole point of that was, but I guess they wanted to make a division, but then they didn't have enough tag teams. So they threw them together just for them to lose. But it makes sense because Willow and Cameron can take on Sky Blue and Julia Hart in the second round. So, heel face matchup. So I guess that one makes sense. FTR cut a promo because they are facing the Young Buck, or not the Young Bucks. They're facing Brodito at Full Gear for the tag titles. They did a little segment with the Bandito's grandma, just basic heel stuff, and then Brodito come out and they get into a brawl. We got Blood Guts next week, and so they're doing advantage matches, but instead of like just one match, they're doing a best 2 out of 3. So we had Claudio beat Orange Cassidy, and then Darby beat Daniel Garcia. So now it's 1-1, and I believe they're going to have a match on Collision. I forget exactly who is involved in that one, but they're doing, the advantage matches for Blood and Guts. The women also had one because, last week I talked about how there's not a women's War Games match, but there actually is going to be one. It's a little thrown together because of injuries to Penelope Ford and Queen Amanada. Megan Bain took on Mina Shirakawa for the advantage. Same thing, they're going to have, 2 more matches on Collision if they need to. And Megan Bain defeated Shirakawa. Tony Storm was on commentary. She asked Excalibur if he's going to ever commentate one of her orgies. So that was
crazy.
that was the good time over
you
there.
Did you just mention the FTR promo?
Yeah, I did.
I forgot to mention this on Raw, or when we talked about Raw. So FTR, they talked about how the Bronze used their finisher on Punk.
Yeah, well, it's a good finisher. It works. It's effective.
FTR said it's not even close.
Well, I mean, it's more effective when FTR uses it, but
Of course.
but yeah.
Have we ever seen somebody get hit with somebody like a finisher, or how do I want to put this? Like how guys like use each other's finishers? What if somebody got beat with their own finisher? What if that happened?
I'm trying. It usually never is like
It's never happened. I'm just saying
you always like kick out because in kayfabe wise you don't know how to do it as good as I know how to do it.
I don't know, man. Jay Uso hit a pretty decent GTS. I'm just saying. But I mean, back to the whole AEW of it all. Megan Bain, she's still been killing it. She's still been doing the damn thing.
They brought up Tony Storm, still the only person ever to beat her, so they're still protecting her despite not really doing much in terms of like titles or storylines.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't like. How Jade had her like Jade verse. Hope that doesn't happen to Megan Bain.
I mean, with Penelope Ford out, it's kind of having to force her.
Megan Bain should beat Mercedes Moné for the TBS title.
I mean, Bain and Shafir are going to have their own little tag team, and I would not be shocked if they make a run. But yeah. Main event, they had the Ops take on Paige, Hook, and Kingston for the Trios title. They set up earlier in the promo with a promo to kick the show off, and the Ops beat the babyfaces. Will Hobbs put Hangman through a table off the stage, and then Samoa Joe, then Hobbs then put Hook in a backbreaker, which Hook was selling for a majority of the time with a bad back, and he taps out, so the Ops retain. match was fine. Like the trio, we talked about too many titles. The trios, I completely forgot who the trios champions were a couple weeks ago. Like I still thought it was on the Death Riders, but no, it was on the Ops. And yeah, so they're building up Paige and Samoa Joe at Full Gear. I keep wanting to say World's End. I do not know why. Sorry,
Full Gear is World's End.
World's End is their December pay-per-view, but Full Gear is their November pay-per-view. And you got the Tony Schiavone always has to get in that it's Full Gear presented by DC Comics.
Today's Tony Schiavone's birthday. Happy birthday, Tony Schiavone.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Tony Schiavone.
He's when it comes to commentating, he's as good or bad as the product is he's commentating.
Damn, is that a
He can be very
minus?
good when the product is very good. He can be very good, but when the content
you can
is
tell
not very
he's just
good, he kind of goes down with it.
you can tell he's just kind of in a mood about it.
Yep.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You can tell how good the show is or how the content is compared to how Tony Schiavone's commentary is.
Damn. Wow. Well, I guess is it that time?
It is that time.
What's the last thing on the script? What does that say?
It says Oasis Pro Year 3.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Oasis Pro Year 3 is the 3rd year anniversary of Oasis Pro Wrestling. Back where it all began, Vallejo, California, Saturday, November 8th, 7 p.m., Vallejo Veterans Hall. Josefa Parisi versus Daniel Torch. You have WWE ID Jack Cartwheel versus Mia Sweets. You have Damu Anawai versus Oak in a dog collar match. A Pacific Seas title #1 contendership match. Midas Creed, Shima, and Dante Daring. Simone Reaper versus Juicy Finale. Journey Fatu will be in action. The Lyda J. Sativa Psycho Invitational. And then, of course, it is the main event. It is a match that has been building and building and building, a feud that started almost 365 days ago. We've been going on 11 months with this. It is the Mob versus the Melanin Mafia one final time. 6-man hardcore fans bring the weapons. Listen, y'all can bring whatever y'all want, but it's about to go down in V-Town. I want y'all to know that right now. Brandon, you will not be in attendance, but I assume you will be watching via satellite.
Of course. I'm always watching. I'm watching. I watch everything. But you guys know that.
Yes.
There.
It's going down. Y'all don't want to miss it, man. This is going to be a big one. Come party with Oasis. Come help us celebrate one of our biggest shows of the year. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.